Hey guys, welcome back to the Sniper and Chronicles. Coming back at you with another set of ratchets and another ratchet video. This time we're kind of taking a ratchet off the back wall, and these are kind of vintage Challenger ratchets. Challenger by Proto, it says there, if you can see that little tiny Proto there. And these were a set of or a style of ratchet that Proto Challenger came out with, I think back in the 60s, maybe 70s, and they share the 1260 numbers, which Proto used on a big range of different ratchets with different mechanisms. They're not really, a lot of them ain't related, and here are two examples. This one pretty much the same here, Challenger by Proto, but this one doesn't have a 4 at the end like that one, 1260-4. This one's just 1260, but very similar, but something very different inside these two ratchets. On the outside they look identical, they look pretty much, yeah, like twins, but there's a kind of a major difference inside of them. And before we jump into it, if you can do me a favor and like this video, and also more important is subscribe to this channel if you find any of this at all interesting, or you know, you can get something out of it, hopefully. Okay, and these look a lot also like these, especially because of the switches. You see how these switches are very similar in look, and the ratchets themselves overall look pretty similar. I mean, from a distance, of not too far of a distance, you would think that they were the same ratchet, but this is the Killness designed. This is a Pencraft, but this is from the Killness design, and there are the Killness patent numbers right there. So yeah, these are not what's inside of those, and these are very different to what's we're gonna find inside of these. And yeah, let me just put this one aside, but they look very similar to that one. And so let's open this one up. This one's already open. I took the ring off, and this one, I'll show you what the ring is kind of in the inside, on the inside rim, so it's a little bit harder to take out. It has a little like little cutout there that you can stick a tiny screwdriver and pry it out. Then you just open it up like this and get the ring out from the inside edge like that, and that's what this ring looks like. So first we'll take a look at this one. This one's already open, and we'll see what we find inside of this. Okay, here is kind of fine tooth ratchet, pretty fine tooth. I think they're like 60 teeth in this or something like that. Yeah, I would say most likely 60 teeth, and they look decent. The broaching on these look pretty good, not too bad at all. Here's the mechanism. Has the switch that's kind of spring loaded, has the one pawl that's the SK design pawl that rocks back and forth when you switch it like that. And the teeth count is kind of high also. It has 5 tooth per side on the pawl. That's what this looks like. And if we open this one up, inside pretty much identical to the other one, about 60 teeth on this. The big surprise on this one is that if you look at this one, it's double pawed. So this one was a single paw, and then you have this double pawl one. Don't know which one came first. I would imagine that one came first, just because it was 1260. It's 1260 without a adage on the end, without the -4. And this one was the 1260-4. But this one is a double pawl design. And put these aside. And to take this one apart is not very difficult. This one also has like a spring-loaded kind of deal going on. What I like to do is I like to press down on the sides of the pawl that are up to kind of squish the plungers. I want to move the switch and get the plunger under this section here. You see how the plungers are not there anymore. They're under this section here. It kind of holds them down. And then this lets me, let me get a little bit better centered. This one lets me, then when they're under that post, it allows you to slowly and carefully just pull them out, pull the switch out like that. But little by little, you don't want to go too fast because there's the plungers are underneath there, under tension. So you want to be a little careful and kind of cover up all the holes there. And you pull it out. And there's one. You get a tweezer. There's one plunger and the spring, and then over on this side there's another plunger. You see it peeking out there, and you get that one out. So the plungers are hollow and round, and they have a spring that sits inside of them. Here's your switch. Has a hole here and a hole there. The holes don't go through, and they don't share the same plunger spring in between. Some designs they'll have one spring with two plungers on each side. This one has a plunger sits there in its own hole, and another plunger sits a little bit farther back in its own hole. Okay, here's the spring that's kind of in the middle there, that sits in that hole, that goes towards the anvil here, and just shake out this pin, and this is the pin for the pawl, and here's the pawl. And this is what it looks like, 5-tooth like the other ratchet. Looks okay. It doesn't have chamfered holes, kind of just flat, but looks kind of well machined. Doesn't look sloppy at all. And this is what the machining kind of looks inside. I think they kind of had some chaff or something, slag sitting in there, and they went through with some kind of cleanup machine, and they got that off. I can see on the sides there, they look kind of scraped. So I guess they did clean up somehow, but they kind of did a roughshod kind of job there, because you see the scratches in the metal. But overall, not too bad. I'm gonna leave that pawl in there. It's just, to take it out would be probably redundant, and you get an idea what I'm talking about. The same here, same there, So just to save maybe a minute or two. Okay, so yeah, that's what makes this up pretty much. The other one is the same, except it's missing one pawl. So it's just the one pawl and it's missing one plunger. So it's just just a one pawl version of this one. So to get this back together, you get your pins. You get your pins and your pawls lined up. And you put your pins and your pawls back in like that. And if you took this spring out of the middle, you might want to just drop it back in there. Now, the tricky part, is getting these plungers and switch back in. You just reseat your plungers into the switch. They're gonna go like that, and then push them there against the housing. And I still want to keep them under that post just in case. And push one in, and that one goes in. And then you just turn it around. Turn it around and push the other one down and push it in. Like that. And now you twist it so the plungers will engage, and there they go. The plungers have engaged, and you see the spring action on the pawls. And the rest is, you might want to squeeze the pawls down a little bit to get them, to get it to seat back in the mechanism. And this is another tricky part, is to get this ring up in the inside here of the mechanism, on the inside groove. I just go around and mash it in, mash it in, mash it in, mash it in until it clicks in like that, looks like that. Give it a little test and see if it's working. Yeah, it's working. Is it giving double clicks like offset? Let me see. Sometimes it does. Let me see on this side. It's not doing it now, but it was doing it before. Well, anyway, if it was giving offset engagement, this will probably be one of the first 120 tooth ratchets, because it's 60 teeth and 2 pawls going offset would give it 120 positions. So not too shabby for a ratchet that probably came out in the 60s. And here's the other one. And if you want to find a video on how to take actually this one, if you want to find a video how to take this one apart, this is the Killness New Britain, and it's going to be a whole lot different than this one on the inside. Just go to my playlist, and there I have all my playlists of different companies and manufacturers, and look up New Britain, and there should be a video or a few videos on how to take those apart also. Okay guys, until next time.